Hey there, business owners, freelancers, and entrepreneurs. Nishi here with another fast and exciting social media marketing tip for you this week. Today, I want to talk about starting a technology blog, a tech blog. So some of you business owners or potential business owners might be really in love with the world of technology. Maybe you're an engineer, maybe you're a software developer, maybe you've created some kind of gadget, or maybe you have some kind of service that's related to the technology field, and you want to use social media, a blog, or a video blog to engage an audience that might be interested in purchasing from you in the future. It's a great idea. Starting a tech blog is a wonderful way to engage a very specific audience. But I want to cover a couple of the common pitfalls that I see with people who are new to creating a tech blog. So number one, the big mistake I see is some people who are in the technological field is they fall in love with the technology a little bit too much. So I know what you're thinking. You're thinking to yourself, perhaps, it's my passion and my love for technology that got me here in the first place, and that's why I developed this product or this service and why I want to start this blog. It's great that you are passionate and in love with technology, and you should use that. It'll come across in your content. However, your audience comes first, and your audience may not be as in love with the tech as you are. They are more concerned, as they should be, with how the tech influences their lives. How does it add value to them? How does it solve their problems? How does it make their life worth living? That sort of thing. So that's where you want your emphasis to be. Don't just dive too deeply into technology when you're creating content. Focus on how this technology adds value to your specific audience. So this all comes down to knowing your audience extremely well. So that's number one. Number two, you don't want to use too much jargon or lingo. So in society, especially when we're networking or meeting potential clients or referral marketing or whatever it is, we have this tendency to use a lot of lingo and jargon and technical words and industry speak, right? And that usually makes us feel that it makes people think that we're smart and very knowledgeable in a specific area. The thing is, it can backfire, especially on social media. Again, it comes down to your audience and where they're coming from, right? So you may or may not be impressing them. You might be talking over their heads, or you might be boring them. You might not be, again, approaching them with their values and their priorities in mind. So don't, blast out all these technological terms that just kind of overwhelm people. Get to the point and explain the value that you are bringing and that the technology that you're speaking of is bringing to the table for your audience. So that's number two, avoid lingo and jargon. Number three, a lot of technical blogs, a lot of tech blogs, especially in the beginning, they don't pick a niche, right? They don't specifically zero in on something. And this isn't something that you might want to do right away. This is something that you kind of want to experiment with. Maybe you want to start a little broad and then narrow in on your niche as you get to know your audience a little bit better and know yourself a little bit better as a content creator. But ultimately, you want to pick a very specific niche of technology that you want to cover and specialize in. Technology is huge. I mean, it spans such a wide area, and the more specific you are, I know this seems a little counterintuitive, but the more specific you are, the easier it is to brand yourself as an expert in that specific field. So you might want to cover, for instance, reviews of Apple products, only Apple. Or you might want to discuss media technology. There's a range of blogs that cover, the latest cameras and the latest video technology and the latest apps and software regarding creating video for media companies, for instance. That's very hot right now. So you want to zero in on niche markets that are of interest to a specific audience, a specific group, and that will brand you as an expert in that field, and you'll get more momentum in that field, you will find, with time. Rather than being very broad and unspecific, people won't know what to make of you. So it's just better to specialize in something. So that's it for today. To summarize, when you're starting a tech blog, number one, make sure that you don't fall in love with technology. Keep in mind how the technology influences and improves the lives of your audience. Always keep your audience in mind first. That's number one. Number two, don't overwhelm your audience with lingo or jargon. Just get to the point. Understand that on social media, people are scanning your content very quickly. They don't pour over your content. So you want to just be able to talk very frankly and concisely with them so that they understand what you're getting at very quickly and easily. And number 3, you want to specify, you want to choose a niche that is relevant to you and your audience, and you want to be branded as a specialist in that specific niche ultimately. Maybe not at the beginning, but ultimately you want to like really hone in on what your audience is all about and create your content for that specific little niche. That's it for today. If you found that worthwhile, I hope you did. Please subscribe. I put out a new blog and a new video a couple of times a month. Until next time, take care.